Welcome to Nourished Sundays. My name is Joanna and I'm certified in holistic nutrition from the Canadian School of Natural Nutrition. I'm also licensed in Salsa Babies and one of the certified instructors. And I'm also a busy mom of two very active little ones. So this series is all about healthy eating. Now I know this can be very complicated to know what's best for us because we get so much information and a lot of that is very conflicting. On top of it, add feeding little ones and it can get quite messy. So today I want to talk to you about supplements. So that's our topic. So because our current diet is not as nutrient dense as it used to be. So nutrient dense means that there is a lot of nutrients, vitamins, minerals in small portions of foods. And the reason that our diets are less nutrient dense is one of them is because our soils are depleted of the good stuff they had, because as we use them more and more and as we add chemicals to them and all of that, it just naturally depletes them in our current way of doing agriculture and harvesting. So that's one of the reasons. And there is also a lot more pollutants around us. So not only in the food we eat, but just our environment has way more chemical products and other pollutants than they're used to. So adding supplements may help us, to navigate all that because our bodies are affected both from the inside and from the outside. So you probably, have heard of supplements you need to give to your little ones, or that you may take, during pregnancy, or if you have low iron and things like that. But one thing that doctors rarely tell us is that the quality of the supplements can vary so much. And there is a lot of marketing around supplements, like if you go to a store, there is huge shelves full of supplements. So it can be really hard to know what's best. And unfortunately, often, some of them are overpriced. So you get poor quality and you pay a lot. So I just want to share a few tips and tricks for you here to hopefully help you a little bit know what may be best. And I also encourage you to do a bit more research if you can about that, because it can really be a huge waste of money, or it could be a very good investment depending on what you actually buy. And we don't know what we don't know, right? So I am going to just share with you a few supplements that I take myself and that I would recommend. So one of them is a good multivitamin. Now, vitamins are also artificially created. So a lot of the vitamin supplement we get, or iron too, are artificially made in a lab. And it's not the same as naturally occurring vitamins. And our body processes them a bit differently. Because often when you find them in nature, well, vitamins are arranged in a way, and minerals, that they work together. So when you have one, it helps absorb the other, and when one is without the other, then you just don't take advantage of it that well, right? The body doesn't know how to absorb it, for example. So that's one thing. So often it's great to get a multivitamin that where the vitamins are taken from naturally whole foods first and naturally fermented foods, because that helps get the vitamin, really get the fullest potential of the vitamin. So one that I really like is the New Chapter. So this, I hope you can see this well, New Chapter. And I'm by no way endorsed by New Chapter or any supplement brand. That's for women, so the Daily Multi. And you can see it has a lot of different vitamins. I hope you can see. Am I showing you the French side? No. So there is a lot of good things in it. And what I love is that it's based, it's taken from whole foods. So the proportions are naturally occurring. It's just condensed. So it's jam-packed with the nutrients that you wouldn't get, you would need to eat a lot of the whole foods to get as much of the vitamins. So that's one great one. Another thing that I actually recommend in vitamins is actually a liquid form, because it's often more easily absorbable. When you get the little pill that has the little shell, so that just makes it harder to absorb, right? So for my kids, for example, I buy a liquid multivitamin. It's Salsa is the mark, and it's like the Probiotics. So they have a version for adults, Fluoride or Probiotics. If you are pregnant or just had a baby, maybe you will recommend that, because that's fantastic for iron, for new moms and expecting moms. And it's great because it's, it's easily absorbable vitamins, minerals. And so that I really like. And the fact that it's liquid makes it, again, easily absorbable for the kids. The taste is not bad. My kids actually love it. They could take way more if they could. And it has all the important vitamins, including vitamin D. That's very important for little ones and adults. And some minerals too, some magnesium, calcium, like all the good stuff. And again, that's based from naturally fermented foods. So again, the body will more easily absorb it. Plus, one good thing too, one important thing is that the glass is opaque, so it's dark. Because vitamins are very, very sensitive to light and heat. So if the container is transparent, fully transparent, or if your vitamins are stored on a shelf that will easily, it will easily get warmer, that place, then the vitamins naturally lose their potential. So they're very, very sensitive to light and heat. So always look for a dark bottle, right? And if it's glass, it's better as well, because plastic, sometimes, a lot of times, plastic will, how do I say it? So the plastic, like for example, if you put your food in a plastic container, plastic Tupperware, so the food will absorb some of the plastic components, especially when it's something fatty. Plastic dissolves very nicely into fatty components. So even, it's hard plastic, but there is still some that will get into the food and then eventually into yourself. And that's pretty not good when we have enough plastic in our life. With all that's happening. So if you can get a glass bottle, then it's great. Those vitamins are a bit more expensive than the regular prices, but I know that I'm getting the most of it, so I'm not wasting my money. So, that's kind of a balance. You have to see what works for your family. And it's not something that I will take every day my whole life. So, like, same for the vitamins for my kids. I mean, ideally I will give it to them very regularly, but sometimes we have a month break and then we go back to it. So that just helps a little bit with the budget. And also I know that it's jam-packed good stuff for them, so I don't have to give it all the time. It's still going to help in their building body, even if it's sporadically. And one other great thing that I would recommend for supplements is fish oil. So there's different formats. Again, there's the liquid, there's the little pills. So again, the one I have here is New Chapter as well. Same brand that I have my multi. And I like the pill right now, because during my pregnancy, I bought a liquid one. Actually, during my first pregnancy, I bought a liquid one because I was like, yes, that's the best. And honestly, like that taste, oh my gosh. I think, it cured me for life, unfortunately. Maybe I'll try to get back to it one day. But I don't know, that combination of liquid fish oil and pregnancy, that didn't go well together. So I like those because it's little pills that, you can swallow easily, and they don't have like any artificial covering, so everything is fairly absorbable, and it's full of fantastic fatty acids, omega-3, and we really need that for our brains, and also a lot of other things, our joints in our body, and our little ones especially need that for their growing brains and everything that's happening right in their little bodies. So super recommended. Again, you don't have to do it every day, but at least, 2 times a year, like have a little, go through a bottle of fish oil or, those pills, and for your whole family. And one more supplement that I would highly recommend is good probiotics. So I have another episode, there's another episode specific about probiotics because that's a big topic. But I mean, that's, again, huge hip. So there is a lot of poor quality probiotics on the market nowadays. So be very careful about what you're buying. And probiotics, usually it's best if they are cold. So store it in the fridge. So in the store, if they're not in the fridge, that's already a red flag. All right, so wrapping it up, the vitamins I recommend is a good natural, coming from whole fermented foods, multivitamin for your little ones, preferably liquid and in a dark colored bottle. And I would also recommend fish oil, so for the good fatty oils, fatty acids. So fish oil can be, again, liquid form, go for it if you can, or just the pill, but again, make sure that it's stored in the fridge, that it's with a dark bottle, and that it's, it doesn't have any added crap, if I can say, into it. And last but not least, some regular probiotics boosts. So again, not something you would do all the time, but again, good quality is super duper important. All right, thanks for listening. That was a bit of a longer one for today. And I look forward to seeing you next week with some more tips and info about healthy eating for you and your family. And in the meantime, I hope that you eat well and be well. Ciao!